What's up, y'all? It's a little bit more of a serious video. Well, all of my videos are kind of serious. This one is for the question: why are all of the resellers on YouTube suddenly trying to teach you how to resell? If you guys notice, I don't tend to tell you to resell. I tend to tell people that ask me the question, "Hey, I want to resell. How can I get?" I tell them, "Don't do it. Find something that you love, and go from there." And I've explained over and over again in books and a number of different things that resale is trending down. Now, obviously, it's weird for me to state that, but I'm not in the same position as most people. I've been doing resale for over 10 years, so you're talking, and I was selling sneakers back in 2004. So you can see the gray in my beard, man. I've been at this for a long time. The connections that I have, the relationships that I have are not the same as the new people who are maybe 10 years into it, or maybe 5 years into it, or maybe 6 years into it. Or in many instances, a lot of these guys are new and they're coming in and they're telling you how to resell. Now, in 2016, I lost like $500,000 due to resale. A couple of bad deals, couple of bad transactions, sitting and holding sneakers and stuff like that. All of those things played into the process of losing $500,000. So this video is going to walk you through how much I've made in resale since 2017. Now, if somebody's like, "Oh, well, how much did you make before 27?" You're talking like you do. You can always go to my website, and I have what's called an investment page on my website. And it's an older page that's kind of buried in the site. And let's see if I can find it quickly, because I know we don't want to spend a lot of time on this. And what I'll do is I'll type for Arch Investment. And this was something that I used to do with some people, man, when I wanted them to make some money or they needed to make some money and I didn't want to loan them any money. When I was on Amazon, just because I'm doing this only because I'm showing you guys how much I've made over the years. So let's take this one. 2011 to 2013, $978,000. So what I'm talking to you about, the next time some dude is like, "I'm going to teach you how to resell, and these are the basic steps." There's no secret to reselling, man. The dude that has the most money wins. There's no freaking secret. Everybody acting like there's these different things that you can do. You can go to these places, and I'm going to go and pick up these. Everybody's selling Jordan 1s. Everybody selling Jordan 1s. Everybody's fighting over the same shoes. If you don't live in a city that has several Nike outlets, you're not reselling. Nobody's really reselling from retail, because the same 30 dudes trying to flip shoes are running into every single store trying to pick up Jordan 1s. Or if there's a shoe that's hot, they're trying to pick up that shoe that's hot. So I'm giving you this information, and somebody I'm sure is like, "Well, that's just that year, or that's just this." Well, you know what? Let's keep going and go to 2015 and see what pops up here. 2015, it shows $342,000, and that was a very, very bad year. The following year was 2016, is when I lost $500,000, but on my taxes, it showed that I made $760,000. I had to wholesale the majority of the sneakers that I got in 2016 to get myself out of a hole where I used all of my liquid money to acquire over, God, at one point I acquired a crap load of phone posits, like 300 pair. I used all of my liquid cash. Now, this is going on, and we're talking about why are all of these dudes telling you how to resell now? Well, they're telling you how to resell now because it's over. In other words, if you don't have someone that can call you when something comes in at a particular store where you can run in and get 5 pair every day of Jordan 1s, the majority of resale has to happen inside of retail or inside of resale circles. If you don't have bots, and even if you have bots, the drops that come along that are important for bots It just doesn't make sense. So let's think about this. If you have a $174 shoe, let's go to StockX real quick and open it up. I have a StockX page open. And let's play around with these numbers here. And I'm a level 4 seller on StockX. So let's go to a general release shoe like this, Jordan 13. And let's put in and see what the best price is on this shoe. The best price is $220, right? So $220, you get paid $195.80. Unless you have a discount of some kind, you don't make any money trying to resell this shoe. So if you go back and you start looking at shoes that are quote unquote hot, like a black Yeezy, where you cannot find these dead stock in a store pretty much anywhere, even if you got it at retail, yeah, you're making some money, but figure the odds of actually having enough of these shoes to make a crap load of money on it. It doesn't happen. It's extremely hard. If you have a bot, maybe you win. Maybe you get 10 to 15 pair. But at the end of the day, when you go to a 421 on this thing, 374 is the payout. The shoe costs 220 plus taxes, 245. You're looking at $130 profit on this one shoe. If you get 10, you won for that day. But that's $1,000. If you're a young guy with no family and you're making $1,000 a month, you might as well go work at McDonald's. You're not making that much dough. And the majority of the stuff that you see, a lot of these guys out here talking about, well, I'm flipping shoes, I'm doing this, that, and the other, I'm killing it, and I'm going to teach you how to read. These dudes are buying resale. In other words, they're buying it and hoping that they can get $30 out of buying it off of resale. Now, somebody is probably saying, you just bitter because all of these dudes jumping in the game. Remember, I lost $500,000 in 2016. 2017, I did $14,615 on StockX. I was rebuilding. I wasn't working with anybody. I was rebuilding in 2017. 2018, $597,859. For anybody that's saying, oh, Chris is just hating on all these dudes selling sneakers, I have no reason to hate on anyone. I'm simply explaining to you why these dudes are telling you their secrets. There are no secrets. You have connections, you have people you work with, you have access to sneakers, you can win. I'm not hating on anybody. I have no reason to hate on anyone. None. $597, right? That's just something on the thing. Here's proof. Here's my information for you guys that are like, nah, he's fronting. $540,000 is what I made over the course of the year. You guys get my address and everything from that. See that? I don't care about all of that stuff. Maybe I'll go in and blur it out. In 2019, during the summer, June 22nd, 2019, I made this video showing you that I did $1 million. By the end of 2019, I was at $1,300. How do you know? Here's 2019 taxes, $701,000. I still won't sit and try and teach someone how to resell. Now I only have one shoe up, and that's because it was a glitch. It didn't sell when I got it. But you will see now my sales on StockX are at $2 million. $2 million. 2020, I did 500,000 plus with 4 months off because of COVID. Now I'm coming back over here and I'm explaining to you guys on YouTube, if you type in resale and you start looking, you got all of these people that are teaching you how to resell. And I mean, I get it. I understand it. Nobody ever calls or asks me anything in regard to this stuff. But only reason I'm telling you now is that this stuff really doesn't exist anymore for regular people. I am not regular people. Anybody out there trying to preach to you about reselling, they're simply doing it because they know, just like I know, it's pretty much over. Can you still make dough? Yeah, but you really have to be in a city where you're capable of pulling that off, and most cities are not set up that way. Resale is pretty much dead other than things that are sold out completely. Let me pick this up on another video. Let me pick this up. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm telling you guys, I did probably about 500,000 this past year, and that things are trending down. All right, and there's a lot that I have to get into to explain this to you because it looks like I'm doing extremely well. Foot Locker made adjustments, and I had to make adjustments along with it. And I did a lot of traveling. So for me to really kill it like I do when I'm doing $500,000 to $700,000 in resale, I have to drive constantly. I put so many miles on my car, it's not even funny. I no longer do that. I finally come to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to slow down. And now you guys are like, slow down. You did 500,000 this year during COVID. That's not what it looks like. And it's so hard for me to say this stuff without trying to explain to you that I'm in Memphis. There's like 100,000 resellers in Memphis. That's hyperbole, but it's really the truth. If you go to a Foot Locker, man, these dudes go to Foot Locker every day. I do not. I do not. But I will go later in the day, or I'll go, or I used to go. I don't even shop at Foot Locker anymore. So I'm going to show you in 2020, which is last year, at the Foot Actions, combined Foot Locker, Foot Action, Kids Foot Locker, you'll see here, I spent $106,000, right? But this is not quite accurate because around November of last year, I quit shopping at Foot Locker. So if we go custom date and I go last 3 months, you get $22,000, right? Now, here's the thing. Last month, $2,969. I don't even go to Foot Locker and shop that much anymore. I only made, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically 7 transactions or 8 transactions at Foot Locker. But if you go back 6 months, you'll see 92,000, which is starting in like June. But you're talking November to December, I was done, man, because I just could not stand walking in the store. And there's just this weird kind of thing about being a reseller, right? Everybody thinks it's the hot shoes. There's no way possible any dude is selling the hot shoes and making the kind of money that I'm making unless they have a gang of bots and a strong team. I primarily work by myself. That's why you don't really see a whole lot of people in my studios or in the front. I'm giving studio space to some young startups and they're doing video production and stuff like that, but I work by myself. People see me, I'm by myself. I'm not with a team of people. I don't get to go in and get 5 pair and then go back in with another person and get, I don't do any of that stuff. And that's what the majority of people are doing. And when you get to the point where you start doing that, what happens is the people in the store, StockX has made it so it's all democratized. Everybody can sell shoes now. So you're not going to get as much as you thought you were getting because even the people in the store are selling sneakers. And this, I ain't mad at them. So let's not even front like you're upset with people. If I'm walking in the store and you see me come in to buy 5 pair of shoes and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Why wouldn't you do that? I know it's not right for a manager to do it or an assistant manager, but man, at least on the side I do something and it's not right. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but I understand. And because of that and the relationships that these people have with their friends and other people, certain shoes are going to be gone. So you can call somewhere in Memphis and be like, hey, have you seen Chris at a store? And people are going to be like, no. And there's a reason why, because I've shifted what I do and I've been able to move and expand my reach because of my history. So I have a network of people that I will possibly buy from and do certain things. If you don't have this network, you're not buying anything to flip it, man. Or you're fighting another 30 people. And what you'll see is people who will have to go in and they'll be like, oh, the other resellers got there before me. Well, that's why they get there before you, because those people go and check every day. You have a crew of Asians that are running around buying every Jordan 1. So the only shoe that's really hitting resale great are like Jordan 1s. If you're able to get something at a discount, you might be okay. So what am I saying here? Why is everybody trying to tell you how to resell? Well, your job now is to go into a store and find, let's say, a Yoda NMD, right? And the Yoda NMD is $39.99 at Foot Locker. So we go back in and we look at the Yoda NMD, and if you find a size 13 and the shoe is $39.99 at Foot Locker, you buy 5 pair. You want to flip shoes? That's the secret. There's no damn secret. People sitting around saying that there's a secret. 6.5, $75, $65, $39.99 plus tax is $43. You net $25. You go buy 5 pair every day. Who's winning? You or the dude that's flexing and, yo, I got 30 pair of Jordan 1s. Dudes are buying the Jordan 1s. They're coming here. They're buying them low. Low. Because what they're hoping is that the projection of the shoe is going to start high and that in 6 months it's going to return and go up high. And in many instances, that is the case. If you get a clay green, you see here. But if you pay attention, this is 2018, right? And you go through, how long are you holding the shoe that you bought for $264, $325? You're holding that shoe for a year. A year. Now, think about this. You hold that shoe for a year and you sell that one shoe. Maybe you have 10. God bless you if you got 10. You sold that shoe for $600, right? You made $400 on that shoe. You had 10 pair. That's 400 times 10. That's $4,000. All right? So we go back to the Yoda as an example, right? And we click on the Yoda. And if I can go to Foot Locker every day and buy the shoe and get $90, and I can get $69. We're talking about an average price of $30 a pair, right? Well, there's going to be 100 of these Yodas in the system. I can order them all day. I can just wait for them to show up and I can buy them. Or they may just send all of them to the store because I bought a crap load of them. Now, guess what? That 30, and in a month's time, I go buy 5 pair. So that's 30 days times 5. That's 150 pair at an average price of 30. And that's $4,500 that I made. You had some idiot keeping the shoe for a year to make $4,000 off of 10 pair, and I made $4,000 in 1 month off a bump cheap shoe. If you want to know the secrets of reselling, you're going to have to get your butt in the streets and pound the pavement, and then you can try and do it. But sitting around trying to buy a Jordan 1 and then flipping it really quickly just because you got 5 pair, you're nickel and diamond, and you're going to beat yourself up, and then you're going to find yourself running into a host of other people, cutting yourself out. And when other shoes are no longer selling, the only shoes really doing well are the shoes you see here. The Dunk, the One. The Yeezys don't even resell like they used to. We're at a point where you gotta switch some things up. This is a long video, man, and I apologize for a super long video like this. No, I don't. I don't apologize. People ask what I do. I've switched everything. The website is my base. I write articles about this stuff. I write discussions. I use reports. If you want to go and see, well, how much did you make in November and December, Chris? Well, I take my data and I'll tell you, I made $140,000 in November and December. Now, how did I do that? What was my best-selling shoe? I give these reports. I don't give them. I sell them to people, and I help other people to predict and do different things. The website is now my base. I'm building outside of it. Start working on building something that you can sustain longer than running around picking up sneakers. I'm not mad at anybody, man. I'm just trying to give you some facts and information. If it helps you, cool. If it doesn't, you know, it is what it is. I'll see you guys on the next one, and I know this was long. Long. That's it. Peace.